Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining our today's session under the series of the DDG developer groups. My name is Hejer Krichene. I'm Tunisian based in Bahrain. I'm part of GDG Manama group and the Women Tech Makers Manama. So today we're going to present DevOps on Google Cloud Platform. So we'll see what's DevOps and why we are using DevOps and the purpose of using and some tools in Google Cloud that helps you, ladies and gentlemen, to move forward in your journey with DevOps. So basically, I'm cloud specialist. So I'm working on the cloud since now 5 years. And I hope you enjoy this session. So this session is part of the Digital Days, MENA, that Google is planning on the MENA region. The sessions are started from March and it will continue until July, as you know. So for we can use these links to learn together. We have chess sessions every week from Sunday to Thursday from 7 to 11 p.m. Dubai time. Today is Sunday, so I'm just running the first session of today, and then you will have more sessions. You can go to the website by bit.ly MENA ad website, and then you can also watch us on YouTube live. No registration needed, and there is weekly challenges and winners. So you can go also to learn more about these technologies on Quick Lab, and also if you have feedbacks, you can sign in through this form, and also you can go ahead and sign in for the challenge. So for this week, you will find this below this agenda. You will start by today. This is the fourth week. The first week we started, as I told you before, in March. So you will go ahead and see that you have today sessions that started from 7 p.m. Dubai time, UAE time, and it will go until 11 p.m. today. But also you will have more sessions in the upcoming days. So you can save these dates and to screenshots if you want to go ahead and be part of the sessions of the next session. Before I start, I need from you two more things. If you want to have attendance certificate, it's a weekly after filling the feedback form. So you have this feedback form. Once you fill it, so then by the end of the week you will get the attendance certificate. And if you want to join the MENA Digital Day Challenge, so that's go ahead and participate. All winners who will solve 5 quests between March and June wins the special guest box. So go ahead and enjoy yourself. Now let's start with the DevOps. So the traditional operations development and operation is like you are seeing here in our slide. So this development is doing something or is developing something, application, web application, software, anything, and then it will send it directly to the operation, and then it's the boom. So it's like a wall of confusion between them, and usually the dilemma is the developers say my code is very wonderful and I am writing very wonderful code, but your servers are not running okay, or I don't know. You have to review your servers and maintain your servers, and the way around. I mean, the operation team is saying, no, you have to review your code. Our servers are very good, and go ahead and check it and check your code and evaluate your code. And this is like difficult thing. So that's why we need DevOps. So where the development and operation collaboration are together, where treating your infrastructure as a code, where using automation, where we can say DevOps is feature and switches. So everyone is asking a lot of questions. And we are hearing a lot of things, but no one is understanding what's happening and what is it. So actually, we're putting DevOps under three stages that we can tell that we bring people together, we bring process together also, and we bring in products. So bringing people, meaning bringing the operational team and the development team together. Bringing process including dev, uh, build, integration, the deployment, and products is getting the final product that is very good one and it has nothing in it. So what are the benefits of DevOps? It's the code, it's performance, it's what is it exactly? So it's bringing together these people and these processes to have a very good product. And the idea out of it is getting deploying code 30 times faster than usual. So the idea is also to improve performance and also having less failures than usual. So these are the main benefits of DevOps. And also now most of the companies are using the DevOps process or the DevOps methodology. So main of the principles that these are some key principles companies with DevOps culture embrace. So such as you treat your infrastructure as a code, which is we hear about it, infrastructure as a code. I mean, you have really we can have this infrastructure as a code. Yes, it's with DevOps. And then enable proper telemetry and monitoring on your systems. And this is feasible, and we will see it later how. And then we need to automate as much as possible. Automate builds, automate codes, automate integration, etc. And then when I say DevOps, it's leverage continuous integration and continuous deployment or delivery together. That means that continuous integration could be done without even sending the code or sending the code through floppy disk or anything else. And the continuous delivery and deployment could be done also automatically. So here, the continuous integration and the continuous deployment will be done by the automation that we mentioned before. And then the last principle that companies embrace, which is focus on what matters to the customer with a faster feedback loop. So get the maximum of feedback from the customer within a fast, yani, with a fastest matter, with a fastest tool, with a faster procedure. So don't let your customer wait too much to get the feedback and to clean the mess or to clean a bug or whatever. So how to achieve this principle with tools that are already existing in Google Cloud. The first is immutable infrastructure, and they have released the pipelines that we will see it later on. And through integration and performance tests, and also there is the manual judgment. Okay. Also there is blue, green, and canary deployment. There is feature flags, there is rollback, and there is incorporate monitoring signal with deployment. So these are the tools. Now, how to implement, how is CI/CD implementation is big. So we spoke about CI/CD, which is the continuous integration and continuous deployment. So we can see that now people are trying to implement CI/CD in the cloud, not also on their service. So there is a huge potential. I guess these numbers are increased now since 2017, but people are now, I bet that can be more than 38%, but 38% in 2017 is not small number. And also, the ICD is in the cloud, while different companies such as Google are providing to the customers and to the developers is huge. So I'll tell you, to have these ICD things, okay, we need to have a code at the end of the day, and this code can be pushed in everywhere, in GitHub, in Bitbucket, and any other things, in any other tool. So we'll have it. 83% of the developers commit multiple times in a week. So there is a lot of people are committing. I mean, commit code. So for developers, they understand what I mean by commit. They do a lot of commit, and this is huge. And we're having every day, every single week, every uh, every single hour, we have a lot of people doing the commit. So why we are using CI/CD? Let's say continuous implementation, continuous integration, sorry, and continuous deployment. So the idea is to ensure changes to code base uh, are properly tracked, tested, and built. Also, automation. What we are talking about, automation is very important in this CI/CD. And also, the idea of CI/CD is to easily track sources of bugs and ability to roll back, and also faster time to track and to avoid outages from the deployment, and also more metrics to review and act on. That's what I said in the beginning. So make your customer more happier, and finally having a very good product to start with. So for the continuous integration and the continuous deployment, there is a lot of applications, and there is a lot of uh, sources that you can rely on. So for the sources, you can have GitLab, you can GitHub, Bitbucket, anything for sources. For the continuous integration, I mean for the test and build. So I mean, let's see this. So for the continuous integration, okay, we'll have source, build, and test, and then we will have artifact storage. Then we will deploy and monitor. Okay, so let's say the artifact storage, it's between the integration and the delivery or deployment. So as I told you, there is a lot of sources or where you can put your code there. It's for versioning. It's for having space to put your code. And just right after this session, you will have a small session, another session, where you're gonna see how to can use Git in the future, and how you can monitor your code, and how you can work with your code. Then to do build and test, there is also other applications like Jenkins, like TeamCity, like Circle CI or Drone.io, and there is other application for build and test. And for artifact storage, there is Docker Hub, which is very useful. So nowadays, a lot of people are using it. So to deploy, there is also Jenkins that you can use, Ansible, Chef, Bash scripts, and you name it. There is a lot for deployment. For the monitoring, also there is other application that you can use, that Datadog, Open Tracing, Zipkin, and name it also. So go ahead and discover these applications. So now, for Google, they made it very easy with Google Cloud, with GCP. So you can bring whatever you have as a code with the CSR, and then build tests with GCP, and then to store it with GCS and GCR. And for the deployment, you can use the Spinnaker or operations. Then we'll see it again, and you can deploy on GCP through this Spinnaker. You can use Google Cloud itself, okay, or you can use any other cloud. So it's very open, okay, and you can monitor with Stackdriver. Deploying can be on a mobile, on a Firebase, on a Play Store. You can also deploy any other kind of application, like on Oracle, on OpenStack, on Kubernetes, on AWS, on Azure also. So you name it, as I told you. And for the source of repositories, like for example GitHub or Bitbucket, the Google has his own source repository, which is fully featured, which is a private Git repository also, which is hosted on Google Cloud Platform. And you can it support Git command, which is pull, push, clone, that we will see it later on with my colleague. And then you have a backend which is stored also on GCP. And also you can bring your other repository if you have a GitHub or you have a Bitbucket, so you can bring it to the source repositories. And also it will mirror your main repository. I mean, you will have the same modification and the same versions. And also, as you see in the picture here, you will find mirror difference, sorry, between whatever you have in a master and also whatever you committed or whatever no. So you can compare both versions if you have the version 1 and version 2, so you can compare easily. For GCB, not GCP, GCB, which it's also a cloud build hosted also on GCP platform. It's very easy to integrate it with containers registry, and also you can specify what triggers your build process, and also there is if you can run pipelines triggered by Git events. So, for example, if you have when it's a push, when it's a merge, whatever. And also you can use a Docker file or a cloud build.yaml for configuration or for the build. And after the build, the created image will be uploaded to container registry, whether locally or whether on the cloud. So here also we have Cloud Container Registry, which is a private Docker image repository on GCP, on Google Cloud, for deployment. And also it's enhanced for the availability and the benefits of availability for GCP. It can be deployed containers to ZKA or GAA or GCA, and also it can integrate with many other popular systems. And also it provides vulnerability scanning and allows image for metadata systems. So it's also a tool within Google platform, within GCP, that can help you in the future with establishing the continuous delivery. Also, we have Spinnaker, which is an open source platform, multi-cloud for continuous delivery to release software changes with high velocity and confidence. It provides also cluster management as well deployment management within the cloud. and it's an open source. For example, Netflix is led by Spinnaker through other using DCICD. So it's very easy. It's a single kind of glass management global deployment across multiple clouds. You will, as you see here, it provides metadata around the deployment and the individual instances. And also it combines health monitoring with an actionable UE to resolve issues. So as you see, for Spinnaker, you can see that you will have a very good interface where you can manage your pipelines, where you can manage your deployment through clusters. So the Spinnacle deployment management is based on red black, so it's directly or blue green, which is blue green here directly. You switch from red to blue to black. Then if you have also rolling red black, so you can test and then validate for having our balance, or the canary mode. This is for the deployment management that maybe we can talk about it later on. Then we have the last thing in the Devops, which is the operations. The operations, it's managed, or the monitoring, which is managed by operations tool. It was named before Stackdriver, which is a SaaS ops for suite for Google that is used by apps developers and operators to monitor and troubleshooting application running on GCP or AWS, and also cloud native infrastructure. So it will have some monitoring, you will have tracing, you have logging, and you have debugging, and you have also error reporting. All of these tools are encrypted by the default. So you will have you can manage your keys by yourself, or you can also bring your own keys, and you can have also more customer control. So all Google Cloud customers have encrypted data. So don't worry if people or the customers say, or you're saying that maybe the problem, maybe where is our data, our code, our source code. No, make sure that these codes in the cloud are 100% encrypted, and also you can use your own key to encrypt these data, so no one can have the access to your codes or your data. So there is a lot of network infrastructure for GCP, and also you can host your data and these codes in many places in US, anywhere in the world. So you have different availability zones. You have different places. So wherever from in the MENA region, for example, you can go to Singapore, Los Angeles, Zurich, Sao Paulo, everywhere. So you can host your data everywhere, and there is the data centers are there is also global expansions, and the data centers are growing step by step. So thank you so much for your for being part of this session. I'm just done now. Sorry for taking too much from your time, and I hope everything is clear for you. We just saw the different part of DevOps, and I'm happy if you have any question to go ahead and answer them. Okay, one of the questions says we'll have 2 minutes to answer questions. So he said there is Muhammad Tawfiq says, can you explain more about CICD operations? It's a tool. It's a tool that is integrated also within GCP that helps the coders or also the operation team, the same, to get to monitor, for example, the build, to trace deployment, also to report get errors reporting, and also to debug. For those who's asking, can you please share how all these work together? We will have another session in the upcoming days. We will see how we can manage. So to make a real demo and see the whole pipeline and the whole tools, how they are working together. Meantime, I want to thank you all. Just have to close the session now. Thank you for being part of the session. Thank you for being here, and see you soon in the next session. And please feel free to fill the feedback form. So at the end of the week, you are getting the certificate of attendance. And also, if you have any questions, so you go ahead and see it. Thank you so much, everyone, and stay safe, please. See you soon. Bye.